Hey, what's up, guys? So today I just wanted to talk about why it's so important to invest in mood boosting tools this winter. Things like a seasonal, believe it's called SAD, so it's like a seasonal affective depression, or it stands for something like that. But there's a lamp that actually helps with that. If you have this thing where you're having like, the winter comes and you have this depression or you're kind of down, there's a lamp that will actually help cure that, and not cure it, but um it'll help give you better benefits. It'll help increase your mood when it comes to these, seasonal depressions. So if you go and get that lamp, you get on Amazon, and you can, just sit by it every morning and have your favorite cup of coffee, hot chocolate, and sit by that lamp. That's going to increase your mood. And the reason why you want to increase your mood is so you can get to increase your business. You not only can you increase your business when you increase your mood, but you're also going to increase your enjoyment of life. So you want to get whatever tool you can possibly get to elevate your mood and your mindset. And that could also be some clothing. If your whole thing is going shopping, and when you go shopping, you're enjoying yourself, you're buying clothing, you're spending money, and your endorphins are being released, and you're happy. You're walking around the mall, you got coffee in your hand, iced coffee, whatever you drink, latte, and you're buying clothing and you're happy. Well, maybe you should try and do that every week. Maybe go start, thrifting. Start thrifting. Have a small budget, 40, $50, so you don't overspend on clothing, and get a new piece of clothing every week, and record yourself doing it. Start a YouTube channel. Go around thrifting, get a nice camera, high definition, record yourself going thrifting, vlog it, and start really immersing yourself in that kind of thing. If your thing is, maybe you like watching movies, start finding your favorite movies, your Christmas movies. Start make a YouTube channel where you're talking about your Christmas movies. But it's super important to find tools that will help you with to boost your energy and your mood. And within that, you can actually find your passion and your hustle. You can kind of find something that you enjoy by buying tools. And some people, their whole thing is where they just like, going outside and hanging out with friends. And that's also an amazing way on how you can elevate your mood and increase your happiness and your joy and your mindset. If your whole thing is going out and hanging out with friends, uh that is also a way how you can monetize too as well. There's people that are on streaming, and their whole thing is walking around with the camera and streaming and filming themselves having fun with their friends, talking, laughing, eating, going to parties, and it's elevating their mood. And what happens in return when when their mood is elevated? Well, that's when the income comes in, because it's like it's all about, it's all about the law of attraction. Like, the whole reason why people make money is that people are exchanging an energy with other people. It's money as a whole. The whole thing of money is an energy. So people are the access to money, right? If people are the access to money, what do you need to do to get more money? You need to have more people. You need to find more people. You need to be around more people. You need to get products, goods, services in front of people. Because if you don't get in front of people, you're not going to have any money. It's just like businesses. The whole reason why people work for businesses is for businesses to push products and whatever they have to people in exchange of their money, which is energy. So it's very important to find something that will elevate your mood, so you can kind of get yourself around more people, where you can have more of an exchange, where you can make more money. I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. You just need to find tools that will benefit and boost your mood and your energy levels, because that in turn is going to increase your income over the long run. Because you have to be able to present yourself in front of people. You have to look people in their eye. You have to pitch your ideas. When Steve Jobs and um, Bill Gates and all those other guys, they were pitching Apple. If you watch the movie Apple, back in it came out a long time ago, and you had Steve Jobs and the other guy Wozniak, they're all like pitching their Apple. They're pitching the idea. They were confident. They were looking people in the eye. it was in the garage, right? Or I think it was either Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, but they were in the garage of their house, and people were coming in and looking at Apple. They're like, okay, I like this one, but this is not that great. And Steve Jobs was looking at them, and right in their eye, he was confident, and he was telling them what Apple does, how Apple is going to take over. He was even so confident to the point where he was taking Bill Gates's idea and using it. Like he was taking their whole software and using it in the Apple software and just making it better, So you have to find you have to find tools that are going to help boost your mood so you can positively, look into people's eyes and pitch your idea, elevate your mood. And the tool, you might be wondering, what does it have to do with Steve Jobs? But the tools that he used to benefit himself and elevate his mood, and kind of beat the thing that was gonna drag him down into like a depression or something like that, was he actually was meditating with monks. He would go like, they would call them hippies. He would go like, no feet, just sandals, or no socks, just sandals, and walk around. He dropped out of university or something like that for a year and moved to like India for a year, and hung out with like the monks. And that was his tool and his way of using that to elevate his mood, so he can come back and be more confident and run Apple, like be a CEO. So you have to find something that's going to boost your mood and elevate your mood as well. Like I said, the $50 therapy lamps, for the winter, that helps a lot. And try and find different tools, guys. So if you like this video, leave a comment below. Leave some advice for others. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.